Immigration into the UK, the standout social and demographic change of the 21st century. At the last census in 2021, 28% of people here in Coventry were born abroad, double the national average. And since then, 40,000 more people have arrived here from overseas than have left. Just the place then to examine the Prime Minister's plan, which he set out at breakfast time.
Good morning. Nations depend on rules, fair rules.
Governments have repeatedly failed on immigration, he said, and that must change. And listen next to the phrase he used for what he fears will happen if things don't change.
Now, in a diverse nation like ours, and I celebrate that, these rules become even more important. Without them, we risk becoming an island of strangers, not a nation that walks forward together.
Belonging, identity, community, all moulded, even shaken up, he acknowledged, by rapid change. Let's be clear, are you promising today that net migration will fall every year between now and the next election, come what may?
They do want to get it down by the end of this Parliament significantly. That is what this plan is intended to achieve. If it becomes necessary to take further measures, then that's what we will do.
Back in the West Midlands,
I remember my very first impression of Coventry. It was the houses, and I thought, these houses are so close together.
Victor first came to Coventry on a student visa from Nigeria to get a degree. He later applied for and was granted asylum. He'd fled persecution for being gay in Nigeria.
We see the numbers of net migration, and we're like, oh, this is a lot. But then if you actually went down to the nitty-gritty of that and tried to break it down, you know, how many of those numbers are international students who are bringing in thousands into this country? How many of those numbers are care workers who are taking care of our sick and our disabled? What is the actual value of a migrant? Mm-hmm. What is the actual value of a real person who is not just a number?
The morals of migration, the economics too, and trade-offs. The government wants lots more houses building, and quickly.
It's a difficult choice to make, but government is going to have to make a choice as to whether you want to deliver the 1.5 million homes or whether you want to restrict migration to the extent that we can't deliver the 1.5 million homes.
But ministers must take public opinion into account too.
Let's face it, we're an island and we are overcrowded.
And I'm not being funny, but we've got interpreters all over the place, costing us a fortune, with people coming into the country to do so-called jobs that can't speak English.
You caught some of the Prime Minister's words this morning. Did you believe him? Do you think he can do it?
No. I mean, in fairness to Starmer as well, it's been the same with Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson, Theresa May.
Public reaction here, political reaction as well.
I'm talking about putting serious things into legislation, like a cap on the number of people coming into the country, until we deal with the situation that we're in.
Well, I'm flattered that the Prime Minister has changed his rhetoric on immigration. Remember, it wasn't even one of the 5 priorities that he had going into the general election. He's obviously very panicked. Let's see.
We need to see net migration come down, but what we need to see that coupled with is a real plan to make it easier to recruit British workers.
I think the Prime Minister's proposals this morning are going to be deeply damaging to Scotland, and they are a very poor response and an ill-judged response to the politics of Nigel Farage.
Who we welcome, who we don't, who we are, how we see ourselves. This, the latest chapter in our national conversation about immigration. Chris Mason, BBC News, in Coventry.